Hello, everyone. Welcome to the February Wounded No More update.
Yeah.
We're excited to share with you what God has been doing through the month of January. We can't believe it's already February today, and just an amazing start to the new year. Starting from where God put our heart to minister in Anacostia and Southeast, and some exciting things that have been happening there.
Yeah, last month was pretty interesting month for us in the parking lot as we were doing street ministry. We're finding that the spiritual atmosphere is really shifting and we're having a pretty big impact in that arena,
Yeah.
even so much that people we wouldn't normally encounter are starting to show up. So we've had people of different faiths coming to the parking lot specifically on the days that we're out there to see what's going on, and we've had some interesting encounters with them and some conversations, and we're excited that even though they might be there for the wrong reasons, we know that God's going to encounter them and they're going to have radical changes to their lives as well. So we welcome them to come hang out with us, and we really enjoy spending time with them as well as everyone else we meet each week. And we've also had kind of a bad event happen. Just a few weeks ago, there was a drive-by shooting about a block away from where we normally minister. We weren't out there on that day just because of the weather. We decided to take the day off. But in the middle of the day, at the time we would normally be out there, there was a drive-by shooting. Unfortunately, one person was killed from that, and so we're praying for their family, and we continue to just release peace and pray for people in those neighborhoods that those kind of violent acts wouldn't happen anymore.
Yeah.
But it also reminds us of the importance of why we're out there, that there are a lot of hurting people and there are a lot of people who really don't know who they are. And so we're going to continue to go out in that same space and continue to try to touch people's lives with Jesus' love.
Yeah, and I think what happens when you have something like that happen, it affects people in different ways. And so what our goal is and our prayer is for Anacostia, that for that community, is that wouldn't be a normal way of life.
Right.
Like, they shouldn't expect to hear that there was a shooting and that there was gang fighting and that somebody died and another teenager was lost. We're not okay with that.
Right.
And so we thank you guys for praying alongside with us for Anacostia and the Southeast community in DC. But we love that it's opened the eyes of some people to why we're there. And we've had several encounters with people who have come up to us since then and just says, you guys being here has made me realize that how important it is to pass on good, and how important it is to remember that there is hope. Mm-hmm. And there are other ways to do life. And so this has kind of created an opportunity for people to connect with us on a deeper level. And I just wanted to share a story with you about a young lady who came to us. So she was one of the first people that we met in the parking lot. And she's pretty young. She's high school age. And now she's a little bit older. But we were able to talk to her about the importance of, you have so much value to add.
Yes,
like, you can't settle for what you just see around you. You have more in you. And we've seen just a change in her perception of herself, but in perception of what her life is looking like and what her future holds. And so we've been privileged to pray with her for over a year now. And so she opened up to us and she just let us into a little part of her real life and said, you know what? I'm coming to you specifically for prayer. There's a situation where I'm in where it's not looking good for me right now. So because of the choices that I've made, I'm going to have to pay some of the consequences. And I really need God's help in this because I don't know what to do. And I'm trying to do good, but that my environment is she said it felt like everything around her is against her. So it broke my heart to hear that, first of all, because she's so young and so beautiful, but that to have that kind of hopelessness after seeing what God has been doing in her life really made us realize, like, okay, we really need to help the people that we're there for recognize that Jesus can help them. He's not just there for us. So I was able to pray with her and just really give her some hope and help her, give her a little bit of guidance on what some of the things are that she can do, but also to let her know, hey, there's freedom available for you.
Yes.
You don't have to be in the situation where you feel like there's no hope. You can change your environment. You need to be in areas where you're around people that are encouraging you and speaking life over you, and not those that want you to settle because they just want you to be comfortable where they're at. So it was pretty real for her, because this would be a significant impact on her if things went the way that they were looking. So we just ask that you would continue to pray for the people that we minister to, and just remember that we are so blessed, and our circumstance does not dictate how we need to be. We can always choose our response. So I just thank you guys for giving us that opportunity to be able to bless them.
Yeah, so these are the current realities of the people we minister to every week, but Jesus is changing those realities for them, and that's great. And another area where we're working is we started these encounter nights in DC. We had our first one last month. It was pretty incredible, just inviting people into an encounter with Holy Spirit. And so we had a great time of worship and ministry time, and Jesus really showed up and showed off in that night, and it was a blast. We've also started our appointments every week, just ministry appointments to minister healing and deliverance and freedom to people individually. And so that's really taking off. Hey, if you want to host a encounter night and you're in the DC area, shoot us a note. We'd love to connect with you and talk about that. If you or anyone you know needs some deeper inner healing or some freedom from some things, feel free to contact us. You can make an appointment right on our website, and we can meet up with you and go through that. So really looking forward to bringing more freedom to more people in more regions and more areas as we continue to move forward.
Yeah, and we're excited to announce that we're in the plans of creating opportunities for virtual appointments.
Yes.
So be on the lookout for that soon.
Yep. And speaking of freedom, we have the Freedom Conference coming up February 17th right here in the DC area. It's in Germantown, Maryland. It's going to be just a one night only with our friend Tracy Armstrong from Washington State. And it's going to be a blast. If you haven't registered and you're in the area, you should register now. We'll put that info up on the screen so you can see it. Definitely want to come out. It's going to be a night of breakthrough, and it's going to be really amazing, so you don't want to miss that.
Yeah, and we're so excited to co-host this with our friends at the Happy Hour Fellowship. For those of you who know what's happening, God is just doing an incredible move in this D.C. region for D.C., Maryland, and Virginia, and we're super excited for that. You know, one of the things that we love about what's happening is there's kind of like this convergence of different streams that are coming together. So we have people on one spectrum where we have people from liturgical faiths, or we have people from other faiths that are coming because they're drawn to what's happening and the love that we have for each other. And it's super exciting that we can also take that into the professional sphere and what we do with our backgrounds. And so we've been provided an opportunity to be in Indianapolis this month, and we're going to be there for some meetings that I've been invited to attend. And it's super exciting because it'll be a chance to speak life into people who have really had some brokenness in their lives. So I'm really excited about what God's going to do and what he's doing through us in mainstream and in non-traditional settings where people would never encounter someone who would say, well, can I pray for you for that? Or how can I speak life over you? And how can I believe in your miracle today? So we're super excited about that.
Yeah, it'll be fun. A little bit of Jehovah Sneaky in a non-faith-based kind of organization. So we're excited to see what God does. We're sure that he's setting something up for us that we're not even expecting. So that's awesome. Yeah. So just want to leave you with one last note. I just recently re-released a new version of my book called Normal, and I've included a discussion guide and questions into the book to really help people go deeper into the supernatural lifestyle that we often teach on. So go pick up a copy of that and allow it to just take you into a deeper level and to have new normals with God every single day in your life and with the people that you meet.
Yeah, so we want to challenge you from us at Wounded No More. Just take what you've already learned and start doing it.
Yes, change the world.
Yeah, we are so excited to be world changers with you. So we love you guys, and thank you. See you next month.